Well, here's another clever little mystery from Anthony Horowitz, and he does write clever mysteries. Close to Death. Close to Death is a thing that takes place in a little borough in London, actually my favorite part of London, called Richmond on Thames. And the close, it's got a double meaning. One, the meaning in this book is that close refers to a little gated community that's only a cul-de-sac. It's only got about a half a dozen houses. And, there's a murder in there. In fact, the guy gets a crossbow through his throat. Clever. Now, this is another one of the Hawthorne mysteries, and if you know anything about any of the other Hawthorne mysteries, what you've got is this Hawthorne, who's a kind of a disgraced UK police officer, and he's sort of the Sherlock Holmes in the story, and then Anthony Horowitz has injected himself in the prior books as sort of Hawthorne's Dr. Watson. I read one of the other ones, and I thought it was pretty clever. It was a fairly cute idea. I think he might think that, Horowitz might think that this concept of putting himself in these books may be getting a little lame. And so what he does is he introduces a new assistant to Hawthorne. What Horowitz is doing is trying to research a murder that had occurred 5 years before. And what he's doing is going through old records and looking at stuff that Hawthorne provides. Horowitz inserts himself in the story somewhere late in the book, where he goes to this close on Thames and interviews some of the people who were still there from the time of the murder. It's very, very clever. It's kind of a standard British detective mystery, classical detective mystery. It's in a kind of a remote, in terms of the main part of London, a remote little place. There are only half a dozen or so suspects. And this guy, Hawthorne, is really clever in terms of solving it. And I would say that Anthony Horowitz is clever too, because what he does is he sprinkles clues and red herrings and dead ends and that kind of stuff throughout the story. I found it very, very entertaining. I'm not sure I'll read another Hawthorne book because, it could be maybe Anthony Horowitz is getting worn out by it, and I think kind of I am. But I'll certainly read other Anthony Horowitz books. I really enjoy them, find them very, very entertaining, and you might too. So this week's recommendation, Close to Death, Anthony Horowitz, and I'll be seeing you next week. Take care.